be the last.
One more.
Yeah, this is gonna be the last part. So, yeah, kind of get it out. Spirit definitely moving, but I ain't have to use the hand warmers yet. That's the spirit.
Mine's still, my video's still recording, so, God, Shalakia. But, yeah, you got a scripture?
Alright, so let me see real quick here. You had asked me for a scripture in the book of Psalms. You said you wanted Psalms 86 and what now? Or Psalms 84?
No, it was Psalms 82.
82, okay, I'm
verse,
reading 82 now.
Verse, I believe, 5.
God, this is Psalms chapter 82 and verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand.
Right.
They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. That's scripture.
So all the foundation of the earth is out of course. Yeah. Everything is out of course. You have, man, the other time, yeah, it was winter time, and there was a tree still full of leaves. You know, you got birds. You got birds dying, just, falling from the sky. Hey, in the name of Yahawashi, Yahawashi. But you got, everything's out of course. You got the children being over, the parents, the woman being over the man. You have, and that's scriptural. I will create a new thing. A woman shall compass a man. So everything is out of its course. Everything is not in its proper balance because what? Because it's polluted.
That's right.
The land is polluted. There's not even a land side. You got concrete covering the land. It's like suffocating the soil.
Yeah, it's like putting
how you gonna grow a tree in concrete? It don't make sense. That's why there's certain that's why the earth sometimes has earthquakes or whatever the case may be. What you gonna say? So,
yeah, no, I was gonna say like you were saying about
hold Isaiah 29 and 16. Continue.
No. I mean, I was going to say.
Yeah, continue. Yeah. You can bring it out. It's okay. All right, fine. But yeah, like for example, right? Like you know what when I was talking to you. Like for example, like the brother was talking about, things being out of course, the children being over the parents and the woman being over the man. Now check this out, right? Let me show you how this whole dynamic, you see what I'm saying, is out of course and out of whack, right? Now whenever you're in a situation where a servant is over the master, you see what I'm saying? That's total freaking confusion. Like with women, right? Notice how every time you get into an argument with a chick, right? One of the things you have to understand is, right, with women especially, this is how you know they were created to servants, right? Here's a question for you. Why do you think, right, that, okay, a woman says, okay, everything's cool, don't worry about it, but at the end of the day, she's still pissed with you. She still wants to give you attitude. She still wants to, that kind of thing is reserved, for us, for men, really and truly. Women by nature are very emotional creatures. You understand what I'm saying? And they don't want to be held responsible for their emotions. So what they do is they create situations or bring up old shit so that they can piss you off to get a response out of you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's something a servant would do. A servant doesn't want to be held responsible, so what they'll do is they'll try to tackle you now and say, oh no, you were responsible for this because of what happened that time. Really? With them, it's not about taking responsibility. A leader takes full responsibility no matter what, even over how he's feeling, okay? But that was just on that. Did you have that scripture help? Yeah, you go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 31, verse 26. It says, she openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
There's a law of kindness, okay? Why? Because women are supposed to be kind. Alright? Women are supposed to be in a low level period. They're supposed to, when they speak to you, they're supposed to be as humble as doves when they speak to you. Their eyes aren't even supposed to be in your face. They're supposed to be looking on the ground when they speak to you, alright? Because at the end of the day, guess what? They're our servants. They were created for us. They were created for our sakes. Alright? Not the other way around. So just as, and the scriptures even tell you that, there's an order. Just as the Most High is over Yahawashi, the man is over the woman. Okay? Yes or no?
No, I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah, so that's that on that. You know what I'm saying? What is the scriptures? What, according to the Lord, right? What do we call them to the Lord? Did not the scriptures say the nation of Israel is likened unto a comely woman?
It was woman. That's why we're under it. That's why in First Corinthians it talks about the head, how the glory of the woman is her head.
Exactly. And guess what? We're living in a time now, or what like the brother said, the scriptures say that that there was a new thing that was put in the earth, that the woman will compass about a man. And what does it mean to compass? It means to be over. Okay? That's what it means.
It says new because it wasn't like that in ancient times.
Never. In no way, shape, or form did you find that dynamic like that in the ancient times. At all. You know what I'm saying? But when you come into the modern, this is how we know that we're in the last days. Okay? Because in the last days, what do you see? Like the brother just said, the children are over the parents. There are actual institutions that are created for children that where they can actually go to the governments, they can go to these institutions and say to them, oh, well, I was abused by my parent. I was abused by this guy. I was abused by that guy. Testimony.
Yeah, my son's mother or whatever, one time, we lived in this shop near the shopping complex or whatever, where they had a dollar store, and her son would go in there, or he was with somebody, he was accompanied with somebody, and they went in there and they stole something stupid like Pokemon cards or whatever. So when the mom came in, the person, they didn't snitch on him or get him arrested or nothing, but they told the mom, and the mom beat him or disciplined him for it. This dude goes to school, tells the teacher, and then you got what do you call it?
DHS.
Oh yeah, it was something else in like that stuff. Children of Youth or something like that. They call it. So they had to come there, do like a little investigation and all that. But I mean, she was trying to prevent her son from messing up or whatever. She was disciplining her son, but yet, why would you go there as if he was being abused or something like that? It's not like, what I'm saying, she beat him where he had marks and all that stuff. But it's like now, the children, the government, whatever he's allowing, the kids to get away with this, and who knows how, what stuff the son is going to try and get away with now, whatever. He doesn't realize, taking into consideration or understand what he's doing like that.
It shows you that this whole setup, the world is out of course. You see what I'm saying? This is how you know the world is out of course. Because with these bastards in rulership, look at what they're doing. They actually allow children to legitimately, hey, but that's according to the scriptures. The children shall cause their parents to be put to death. That's one of the ways. You have that help.
They used to, back in the days, I guess when my mom was in school, the teachers were actually allowed to beat the students and stuff like that.
To discipline. Yep.
But now, they'll get in trouble.
Among Benjamin, you couldn't walk out the crib and disrespect no elder. Yeah. Yo, it was heavy. Hey, if the teacher caught you doing something fucked up, they whoop your ass. If the neighbor caught you being disrespectful, they whoop your ass. The whole, the entire community would raise you that. Let's put it that way. And you were taught to respect your mom and pop. It's not like that no more. You see what I'm saying? You had that held in Isaiah 29. You get that real quick? That was
Isaiah 29:16. It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Time. And that's the dynamic you see nowadays. That's called rebellion. Okay? That's called total rebellion. When the thing framed saith unto the thing that framed it, thou hast made me not. That's total rebellion, and that's exactly what they teaching these kids nowadays in these damn mental concentration camps they call school. The state is your parents.
That's like somebody who don't believe in God.
The state is your parent. And you see what I'm saying? Yeah,
you made me, like you made me.
You actually have a religion called statism where they say the state is the God. Okay? So what does that go to show you? There's an actual, I actually had to look this shit up. That's how fucked up I wasn't there when I found out about this shit. I was like, well, wait a minute, statism. Where does that go to show? That's in the scriptures too. Esau wants to put himself on the seat of Yahawashi. That's how proud he is.
Yeah, he would be like that.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a no wonder why everything is so out of course. And soon from now, like Ben was saying, this place is going to get judged. The scriptures say that their sins have reached into heaven.
That scripture. Yeah, you said something too.
Yeah.
And the brother read it already.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, see, this is the kind of.
But yeah, it's like statism, where he said that's become somewhat like a religion, where pretty much you could say that because religion just means to restrain. So the state is restraining our people by, the money is like the god of our people. The money in God we trust. Like they trust in the money so much, they worship it. The love of money shall be the root of all evil.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4. It said, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
That's Esau.
Or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
And really and truly, that's what Esau's doing, man. That's what these bankers are doing. That's what this whole monetary system was created to do. In fact, that's one of the core ways that they throw their weight around. And with the RFID chip, that's going to be a definite. Okay? What is the RFID chip going to be designed to do? It's going to be designed to track people. It's going to be designed to actually monitor how they spend their money, monitor where they go, monitor their life signs. You even have movies depicting this, man. And even you're even gonna have RFID chips, which they brought out on a news report some time ago, that is gonna have poison in it that they can release into a person's bloodstream whenever they feel like. You see what I'm saying? It's okay. It's meant to monitor your health. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. It's total control. That's what the RFID chip is. They can shut your money off digitally. Like, they can legitimately control how much you make. Legitimately.
Like the way they freeze your account now.
Yeah.
They can easily just
shut that right on off.
They can freeze your ass.
Yeah. No more. This is why it's so important that this is why the system is pushing this paperless thing so hard. You see what I'm saying? This is why the system is pushing this Bitcoin, this Bitcoin, this Red Bull, all these different coin cash, all these different cryptocurrencies. Everything is about paperless, so that way, through the credit system, they can control how much you make. They can control your entire life's income. Okay, total control. Read that again in Thessalonians, I think. Possibly, I don't know.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4. It said, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God,
right,
or that is worshipped,
right,
so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
That's right. He does indeed oppose all these things. How do you know that? Everything he does is contrary to the scriptures. The people of the chosen people in the word, he continues to oppress them to no end. His aim is legitimately to kill us all off. This is why, according to his Georgia Guidestones, he wants to rid the world of damn near 90-some-odd% of the population. Who is that targeting? That's targeting Jake. Okay? Jake makes up most of the. In fact, the scriptures tell you that the nation of Israel cannot be numbered.
Right.
All right. So check the dynamic, man.
I got something. Bring it. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1.
Come on.
It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall wake, some to everlasting life. But the point today was It'll be a time never seen before.
Right. In no time in history, like the fall of this kingdom is going to be so great, right? That at no time in, like, the scriptures say that if by the way, no more shall they say, blessed
That's
be the
what I
Lord.
love you.
Come on.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30. Jeremiah 30 verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
God, it shall also, right, the time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob's going to be catching hell. Like, all these previous captivities are going to pale in comparison to what's getting ready to come in these times, okay? In these times, it's going to be manic. It's going to be so crazy that, hey, the scriptures say it best. The scriptures say, at least the days be shortened, no flesh on the earth shall be saved. That's how great this destruction is going to be, man. Okay? It's going to take nothing short of a miracle. Okay?
Yes, Brian.
Huh?
I got something.
Yeah, bring it.
Revelation chapter 9 verse 6. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find
And
it,
shall not find
and
it.
shall desire to die, and death shall flee from thee.
And death shall
from
flee.
them.
Yes, exactly. That means they're going to be tormented to no end.
It's
Okay?
gonna be so bad, people's gonna want to die. It's not gonna be so.
But you kind of seeing that now. You got people that's trying to commit and suicides in droves.
In a small level,
You see what I'm saying? And
over
that's-
potential.
yeah, exactly. The scriptures say that the day of the Lord is going to be as a man running from a bear and putting his hand upon the wall and a snake biteth him. It's going to be danger around every single crevice, around every corner, man.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide.
There will be no place of refuge, man. No place of refuge. Yeah,
This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief, as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
That's fire. Bring that again.
Revelation chapter 4, Revelation chapter 16, verse 15.
That's it.
Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? That's going to be the other beautiful thing about about the fall of this captivity. Nobody's going to see it coming. Okay? And like the scriptures say, you know what I mean? We got to keep our garments lest we walk naked. And that's legitimately dealing with this truth. All right? We gotta stay abiding in the truth. How do you keep your garments? You're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability given unto you. Doing the works. Whatever those works are, based on your that you was going back to your talents. That's what you're doing. That's how you keep your garments. Okay. Some more. Alright, go ahead.
So Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. The Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel in the land of the north, from all the land whither he had driven them. And I would bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Alright. And so what is the land of the north? What is that talking about? North America. Okay? That's what it's talking about. Let's just say let's read that again in Jeremiah.
Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14.
Bring it again.
It says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, and brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel in the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I would bring them again into their land.
And anybody that knows anything about history knows that the exodus of the people out of the land of Egypt was a great exodus. It was a time of great judgment. Okay? When the death angel passed over the people, which is where you get the Passover from, and slaughtered all the firstborn of the Egyptians, their beasts and things of that nature, their beasts and their children. Okay, that was a very that was a very pivotal point in our history, man. When the Lord legitimately destroyed the Egyptians by bringing the river down upon them after we crossed it, that was a great time. The scripture said that is going to pale in comparison to what's getting ready to come. Continue.
Says, it said, keep going, man.
Yeah, continue. Yeah.
It said, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
Yeah, that's basically what that's talking about when Israel is given that spiritual power and those angels come and then basically start hunting down all these Edomites that done survived, you know what I'm saying, the nuclear holocaust that's coming. But all in all, the point simply is that this destruction is going to go down in history as the greatest destruction to ever happen on the face of the planet. America's going to go down bitter.
Never seen before.
Never seen before in history. Okay? And y'all got something else?
I got something. This is Ezekiel, chapter 8, verse 18. Therefore will I also deal in fury. Mine eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. And thought they cried in mine ears with a loud voice, yet will I not hear them. It was not to spare nobody. If that was the case, during the flood, the Lord would have saved a lot of people, but he didn't.
And that's the key thing here. All right, the Lord is not going to, because at the end of the day, you have to remember these same spirits legitimately spit in the Lord's face, man. When you really think about it, when they crucified Yahawashi the way they did, they spat in the Lord's face, man. In fact, they made light of the Lord. The scriptures say it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High. And man, our people had absolutely no fear in their hearts at all when Yahawashi was being crucified, man. No fear they had in their hearts. In fact, again, they told them centurions, those wicked centurions, they said, man, kill him and let his blood be upon us and our children. That's called having no fear whatsoever, man, unto the great judgment that the Lord is capable of bringing. What does that tell you, man? The Lord is right to have that kind of hatred and anger right there, man.
Righteous indignation.
It's right, exactly. That indignation is righteous, and the Lord does hate. All right, for all you out there, oh, God is all love. Nah, He hates too. All right.
It's Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. You know, it's talking about the nation of Israel, because in a future prophecy, the nation of Israel is going to be set back on top, as opposed to, their position right now, which is basically, underneath the other 17 nations that are on the table of nations right now. So it says, shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And like right now, the nation of Edom is basically at the top. You got the so-called, Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Ishmaelites, every nation you can think of, they look up, Hamites, they look up to the so-called, the Edomites, which are the so-called white people, they look up to them. They aspire to be like them. They with their roots, that's the way they worship them. Like the scripture, I read earlier, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. It's like they look at the so-called white man like he's God. You even got other nations that worship that image of Cesare Borgia. You go to like a lot of Christian churches all over the world. Just like if you go to North Korea, if you go to Japan, if you go to Africa, or whatever, they have what I'm saying, they worship that image or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Even among our people in Brazil, you actually have a place called Christ Church. See what I'm saying?
So it says, verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to come a point in time, in the future, we're in the kingdom of heaven, when the other nations, they're going to acknowledge the fact that the nation of Israel is the Lord's people, that Yahawah is the name of the Most High, that Yahawashi is his son. They're gonna look to us in a way that they're not looking to us right now with respect, basically. And they're gonna, we're gonna have a level of basic honor because it's said in that scripture, that we're gonna basically alluding to the fact that like it says, for out of Zion shall go forth the law. Like basically, like it says in I believe it's Hebrews, I think 8 and 11, where it talks about the new covenant, and the Most High will put the law in our inward parts, and then basically,
hearts,
it's like our hearts are, which is talking about our mind. And basically, we're gonna keep the law as if it's instinct or whatever. Just like how we breathe or walk or whatever. Pretty much just like instinct. You know what I mean?
That's happening now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the brother just said. You see what I'm saying? All these other nations are going to acknowledge it. All these other nations are going to want to strive to be like us in that time. So basically, what the brother just read there, what he said was very poignant, right? Just like right now, Esau is the standard of living, Esau is the standard of success. In the kingdom, we're going to be the standard of living and the standard of success. We're going to be the standard that everybody's going to want to be a part of. So they're going to do everything they can to replicate us in its truest sense. All right? In the truest sense of worship, I might add.
So it's Isaiah. Question.
Oh no, I'll come after you.
This is verse 4. It said, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. And that's basically, that's basically a scripture we use to prove the fact that, the so-called Jews in the land of Israel, they're not God's people because we still got wars going on, right? That's not the nation of Israel, that Jerusalem, that territory of Jerusalem. They're not the people of the Most High because you got wars. They're still to this day fighting the Palestinians. They're building up their military. They got countries basically giving them money so that they could build up the military and protecting them. When the Most High is supposed to be Israel's protection. So how can that be the people of the Most High? And it's talking about beating their plows and plowshares, like how they're beating their swords into plowshares, like their weapons of war. They're gonna turn into like farming tools or whatever because they're not gonna have to build up. They're not going to have to be this military state or whatever that just fights wars all the time. But they, I remember when I was in high school, this Israeli dude that went to my high school, and he was talking about how, like, every citizen or whatever in Israel, like male citizen or whatever, it's like they make it like mandatory, like you have to go into the military and all that type of stuff.
This is This is another one right here too. I gotta close this shit after you. Shoot. In that case, I'm gonna run this one real quick. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, and I'm gonna start at verse 1, and it reads, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee, Esau. cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And that's talking about when you damn devils get taken out of power, man. When you finally have made an end to spoiling, Israel's gonna jack you up. We're gonna do you way dirtier than you did us, alright? Like the book of Revelation say, the culprits they have filled to their devil. We're gonna do you way dirtier, but in righteousness, okay? In righteousness. We're not gonna be about your skullduggery and shit, man. Fucking with little boys and dumb shit like that. Not us. When we jack you up, we're gonna jack you up in the way the Lord is gonna have us jack you up. Verse 2, real quick, and this is it for me. Verse 2 is the point. O Lord, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee, but thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. And that's what we're waiting for, right? We're waiting for the Lord to finally stretch out his arm and legitimately take away, you know what I'm saying, this trouble away from us. Take us out of this captivity, take us away from these curses, all right? And like the brother said, how can these devils, man, be the people of the Lord when they need the world's military at their beck and call, right? And there's always wars being fought. The scriptures say, in that day, even the trees shall rejoice, for there shall be no feller among them. Okay? No type of wars. No type of destruction and no type of hardship. The world will be at peace and we shall dwell in righteousness. All right? That's
right.
Yeah,
Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdom, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. But then will I turn to the people of pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord, to serve him with one consent. So that's the determination of the Lord, to gather the nations and basically to bring judgment on 2/3. But at the end, you're all going to join one consent and praise the Lord in the Hebrew tongue. You know? In the name of Yahawashi. Amen. So that. Alright, with that, we're going to give all praises and glory to Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi. Alright, salutes and honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the brothers out there that's pushing this work out in sincerity and in truth, you know, and that's enduring to the faith. You know, with that, we can say shalom.
Shalom.